MikeDurbin.com. You can get the WCW-esque Konnan in that K-Dog Wolfpack style. Man, this Konnan might be Bendy of the Year right now.
I told you. Yo. Let me speak on this. Mike Durbin Productions exclusive. The Konnan, I was the most impressed with Konnan, man. It's like undercover Bendy of the Year. It's a really nice figure. The do-rag is freaking awesome in person. I love the exclusive with the WCW packaging. I love this one with the camo. It's really nice.
And I will say a figurine expert who went to TJ on Friday, Matt Cardona, put it over as being a good figurine as far as figurines go.
Yo, hold on, let me speak on this. Exclusive Mike Durbin Productions, K-Dog. Look at that, listen to K-Dog, keeping it 100, logo on the back, MikeDurbin.com. Get it right now. Low key might be Bendy of the Year. Go get it.
Next is from J God Rage. Subject is rock and Roman equals money. Hey, keeping 100 crew, how y'all doing? You can see all these wrestling marks, Wrestle TV, JD the boy from New York, What Culture, and many more complaining and whining about Cody giving his spot away to The Rock. All of them said there's no way WWE can fix this, so make it make sense. Guess what they did? They found a way to make it make sense. It's on Rock's Instagram. My question is this: are these people the fan outrage? By the way, I like the interview you did, Disco. Thank you for keeping it real. I'm assuming he's talking about the Chris Van Fleet interview.
Yeah.
Did you watch anything? Did you see any of the clips of the Chris Van Fleet interview, Konnan?
Yes, I did.
I thought, you know what? It's weird. I don't know what the lighting was there. I look older there than I do here in the podcast. Did you notice that? Did you notice that?
It's a more high definition camera, so you see yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Well, bro, let me be honest. You can't really show me like a highlight reel of any marked podcaster that's been like accurate over the years with their takes. Like usually all these guys are saying things that they wish they could take back, that they just keep. They don't know anything. They're just a bunch of fans giving their opinions, and they think because they have podcasts, they're like have more expertise than the other fans, and they don't.
Somehow being a podcast or being
Your mic, Konnan.
You might.
Somehow having a podcast or being part of a podcast, they think that they have like this knowledge. Bro, that's why
they're in the business. They're in the business now.
Yeah, you're in the business too. Well, that's why these guys are fanboys and marks, because they think like a fan and not business. And actually, there's a way to do both. Keep the fans happy and do business. But the problem here is now, if you don't do what these fans, marks, fanboys, whatever you want to call them, do what they want or what they want, they start mobs or little rallies like La Greca. I'm just kidding on the La Greca rally, but listen to the guys in the business. I bet you anything corny. I would think Russo, but I don't know, because Disco always tells me he's a little bit anti-WWE. Bischoff, guys like us that were in the business and behind the scenes, we're all probably saying the same thing.
Right. Well, no, Vince definitely has good takes. Right. He's just a like what's the word I want to, like when we had that conversation, it said because he used to be an actual writer, he like micro criticizes the creative on their show. Right. Like I said, because like I had the argument with him one time. I go, bro, you're knocking this stuff, but like you're literally talking about how you would have wrote a different promo than the guy said.
Right, when their show's doing great,
which is very nitpicky. Right. But he even said it. Go, I understand. You're probably right, because I'm a writer and I'm looking at the through the eyes.
We're the same way. We're nitpicky too, because we were behind the scenes, but we don't hate on the thing.
Right, and plus I never put pen to paper on the show. Vince and Ed Ferraris used to, so I can see like their perspective on criticizing that product will be a little bit different than mine. Because I still fast forward through a bunch of stuff, which a lot of people we found out do. So
let me tell you. I'm gonna say one thing. When a fan buries me or DI and says we don't know what we're doing, they immediately go into you have no idea what you're talking about, trash file.
Right.
It sounds like DI had the best job in the world because where like Konnan, you're, head booker at AAA and you've done it elsewhere. And so if a guy's not happy, they come to you and they do this or that. So you have to deal with all that. But Disco wasn't the booker and he didn't
No,
put
I
pen to
didn't deal
paper.
with it.
Oh, did you? I was going to say, all you really had to do was kind of hang out, it sounds like.
Chavo complained to me in front of all the boys one time about one.
Oh, really?
Angle. Yeah, and he actually came and apologized to me afterwards. Said, "I'm sorry I did that in front of everybody. I shouldn't have done that." Right? But he had legit criticism. But I was trying to explain to him, because the thing is that he was doing a gimmick.
Was he Lieutenant Loco?
Yeah, he was. But he had an issue with Sanders, right? And Sanders was still a heel, and he was wondering, like, okay, if Sanders did something to him, like, what, or like he did some heelish stuff to Sanders, like, why wasn't Sanders a babyface? I was like, why should he change his character? Right? Something to the effect of that. Like, I was just saying, like, a guy doesn't need to just completely change for the sake of an angle. He still needs to stay in his character. So, but whatever. I forget the details. But me and Chavo had, but he'd apologized too. But bro, he called me out in front of everybody too. So I was kind of embarrassed.